You are good for nothing. You are a disgrace. I'm sure you must have done something wrong. You seem to be crazy. There's something wrong with your character. Hey babe, I just called to check on where you are right now. Could you video call and show me, please? Please give me your phone. I want to see how many people you message. Friends, these are some lines, these are some phrases, some words that we've heard from so many people in our lives. Maybe we have also been like this to others or have witnessed this going around us. So today's topic is about emotional abuse or what we call as psychological abuse. Before I begin my discussion on this very serious issue that goes unnoticed behind physical abuse, I would like to explain in terms of definition of what emotional abuse is. Friends, emotional abuse is a regular pattern of verbal abuses, humiliation, aggression, manipulation with the aim of controlling the other person. So, here, the person who is emotionally abusing the victim has one and only aim, that is to control or gain dominance over the other person. Friends, in this video, I will be talking about what are the recognizable signs that will help you to identify whether you are actually going through emotional abuse or you're seeing this happening around yourself. Firstly, a part of emotional abuse or a significant sign that we all know as is nothing but verbal abuse. Now, what comes under verbal abuse? Verbal abuse will mean like calling you names in public just with the aim of humiliating you in front of others, using lot of slangs which are aimed at, you know, demeaning your own self esteem, which are aimed at calling you of someone with a bad character or something that will make you feel you are someone who needs to be blamed for a particular thing. Verbal abuse also means assigning labels to you like crazy, like characterless, like stupid, like idiot. And this happens on a day to day basis. It just seems like a pattern. See, we all tend to yell sometimes and lose out on our temper, but that doesn't classify as emotional abuse. When it comes to emotional abuse, always remember it is a sort of a pattern that has been continuing, and you will be able to recognize if you observe very carefully. Second sign of emotional abuse is constant insulting. Friends, someone who is regularly insulting you on a daily basis, maybe by using sarcasm so that others don't really understand that it's a direct insult, it's an abuse that has been affecting you. What people tend to do is use sarcasm in a way to insult you. For example, suppose you are outside uh, with your partner who, let us say for example, is the abuser over here, and you are in a dinner meeting. So you are all together with your friends, you're having fun, and then suddenly somebody talks about a particular task. So what your partner here might say, oh, my babe is very smart, she'll be able to do this task, with that smirk on his face, that this sarcasm is towards, it's directing towards shaming you in front of them, towards humiliating you in front of others. This is an example of how insult can be brought up in context of emotional abuse. And this is what we also call as disguised affection, which means you are covering up the abuse or the main reason behind by showing off affection which is of disguise, which is not really true, that you're actually expressing to the other person. Friends, thirdly, the one of the major signs is invasion of your privacy. Now this privacy invasion comes in various other topics also, but it is a significant sign of identifying that you are going through or someone else that you know is going through emotional abuse. Privacy invasion can be in any form. Say somebody who is constantly trying to check your phone, which and something some new, a new term that is called as digital abuse, which means that stalking your friend list, seeing how many people you're actually talking to, asking you for screenshots of all the people you're engaging with, and threatening you to, if you do not send me the screenshots, I'm going to turn off this relationship, I'm not going to continue with you. So, this sort of invasion of privacy. Friends, this can get into a real serious issue if we do not stop it at that moment, because invasion of privacy, if we allow at the very first step, the person tends to take it for granted, and this can invade in very mundane activities of our life, like controlling when we are trying to sleep, when we are waking up, how we are talking to others, all stems from invasion of privacy in the very first go. Second, the fourth important point of which is a sign of emotional abuse is controlling the other person's life and various activities. This basically is a continuation of giving into uh, you know the invasion of privacy part. So controlling activities could be financial abuse, that is controlling where you are spending money, how much money you are spending, and sometimes this leads to ugly forms, like the person might cancel any of your appointments without even asking you by using your phone, because he or she doesn't want you to actually meet certain group of people. So this sort of control in your life, controlling any task that you are doing, and controlling the way you are talking to people also comes into the picture when we talk about controlling day to day activities. Then, friends, it is emotional abuse can also be seen when the person is making you feel like you've lost your sanity, which we call in psychological terms as something called gaslighting. So here, what it means that the person will constantly blame you for everything that is going wrong in that particular relationship, or in their life, or maybe even in your life, and then blame you in such a way, criticize you in such a way that you begin to strongly believe that this is my fault, this is something that is happening because of me, I might be crazy, I might, something is wrong with my head, things are going out of control, I am not good enough. This becomes sort of belief in your head that, because of that person, because of the constant criticism, the shaming in public, the ridiculing, the humiliation, your brain tends to think that because there's something wrong with me, he's behaving like this. Because I'm not smart enough, maybe he's correct that I can't do this particular task. So you begin to engage in a lot of negative self talk, guys. You begin to believe that I am crazy, and this is the main intention of the abuser. Then, friends, another sign is complete denial of affection when it is actually needed. The person or the abuser may not really show you the kind of affection that you are looking forward to. There might be complete neglect from his or her point of view when affection is actually needed, be it in a relationship where you are with your partner, be it your parents, and sometimes emotional abuse also comes in an employee and employer relationship. So, denying of affection where appropriate requirement of affection has to be present is another sign of emotional abuse. Then comes emotional abuse targets to isolate you from those who are close to you, that is, those who are near and dear, those who basically people who are there in your own social circle. So, the abuser here will aim to try and isolate you from those people who are close to you by various means. One of it could be again invasion of privacy, maybe texting them from your end, creating fights among your friends and you, so that you are completely isolated, and basically they tend to gain control over you. So they have the sense of feeling fear that if you socialize a lot, you might not be under their control, somebody might be there who is always going to influence you. So in this manner they try to isolate you from your friends and families. And emotional abusers, also one of the very commonly noticed characteristics is that they tend to threaten a lot. So you might be telling them that, okay, this is enough, I can't deal with this anymore, I want to move out, I want some space, I want to move out of this relation, I do not want to stay with you. So that's when the threat comes, the threat that, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to be physical with you, I'm going to maybe share things which are very personal to you in public. Things like this, which are real significant threats, friends. This is what makes the person stick in that relationship, and it is very difficult for the person to move out in spite of the fact that they are being constantly emotionally abused. This constant threat. Then there is constant rejection. you know someone who you talk to, someone who's very close to you, how will it feel if they completely do not acknowledge the fact that you have shared your viewpoints? Forget about accepting your viewpoints, did not even acknowledge. You are trying to share your viewpoints with the person. Now him being the emotional abuser here, or her being the emotional abuser here, what they will do is they will simply not pay attention to what you are saying. Either they will talk about some other topic of their interest which you are forced to pay attention to, or what they'll do is, guys, what they'll do is they will actually engage in some other task, and you might feel very neglected at that moment. So this is what we call as constant rejection, which is another important characteristics or a sign to identify the pattern of emotional abuse. Friends, this emotional abuse, always remember, I'm mentioning this word again and again, is an ongoing pattern that you will be able to identify if you carefully observe, where the behavior tends to be passive aggressive gradually, where the behavior tends to, you know, always be to control you in some or the other way. This pattern, friends, if you keep ignoring it, you might feel that it's natural to have a relation like this. You won't understand that you are being emotionally abused, or someone close to you is being emotionally abused, because they tend to accept it as a part of their life. Because it's very difficult to break these bonds of emotional abuse. So people tend to think that it's a part of my life, it's something very natural, I'll get used to it gradually, and this is how it begins to affect them. So in this video I'm going to stop here, and the next segment of the video will be about what are the long term and short term consequences or effects of emotional abuse. Till then, friends, let's pause here, and I would give you some time to reflect on your understanding of emotional abuse.